Barlow. I'm a ACSM certified personal trainer, a CrossFit level 2 trainer, and a USA weightlifting level 1 coach. Today I'm going to take you through a core circuit that you can do on your rest days, or you can even tack on to the end of your resistance training workouts. The first exercise we're going to go through is called heel taps, or I even heard them called penguins. So you're going to lie on your back. You're going to have your feet about hip width apart. You're going to have them bent at the knee. You're going to pull that belly button in, pressing that lower back into the ground. And for 20 repetitions, each side counting as one, you're going to come up and over, reaching for that foot, and then stay right back to the other side. Up, over for that foot, up and over, trying to bring that rib cage towards your pelvis while keeping your lower back firmly placed on the ground. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 20 repetitions. All right, so the next exercise is going to be bicycles, and it's gonna work in the same fashion as the heel taps or the penguins. 1 repetition is going to count for each side, and you're going to go through 20 repetitions. You're going to want to complete this straight after those heel taps with no rest in between. So you're going to get in kind of the same position. You're going to lie your back on the ground. Feet are going to be bent, feet about hip width apart. You're going to put those hands behind your head. You're going to imagine like a bar going through that elbow behind your head so that the elbows don't collapse inside like this. So keep them nice and wide apart. You can interlock the fingers if you want to. Then you're just going to bring that elbow as close to that knee as you can and come back down. Same thing the opposite side. Get that elbow as close to the knee as you can and bring it back down. If you want to make it a little tougher, you can raise the legs up, straighten one leg out as you bring that elbow towards the opposite knee, and then just switch sides. You're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 20 repetitions, and then we're gonna rest for that 30 to 45 seconds. All right, so next up is going to be divers. So what we're gonna do is get in that same position, back on the ground, feet about maybe a little bit wider for this one, so maybe like shoulder width apart, knees bent. You're gonna give me one hand over the other like you're diving, and then from here, you're just going to come up, just like you're going to dive right through your legs. So that rib cage is coming into the pelvis again, that lower back staying on the ground. And then you're going to come right back down to the starting position and up and down. So it's kind of a small movement, just up, down, up, squeeze at the top. And you're going to go for 20 repetitions on this one. So just up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, all the way to 20. All right, so next up we're gonna have toe touches. So you're gonna get down onto your back, press that lower back into the ground, raise the feet up as high as you can get them. If you need to, you can bend the knees. Otherwise, keep those feet up. You're gonna do a tiny little crunch, trying to touch those toes, and then come back down. So up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4. Legs get tired, or if you just can't reach this position, bend the legs and just reach up and try to touch the ceiling. So just reach those fingertips all the way up. Once you get done with this set, you can rest for that 30 to 45 seconds. All right, so into the next set, we're gonna start with knee taps. So you're gonna go down onto your back, legs bent, feet about hip width apart. You're gonna place the palms of your hands on your thighs, and from here, you're just gonna come up and try to touch the front of your kneecap, and then come back down. So same thing, that abs are engaged, lower back pressed on the ground, pull that belly button in, hands on the thighs, up and tap, bring it back down, up and tap, bring it back down, all the way to 20 repetitions. So up 1, up 2, up 3, up
next up is going to be leg lifts. So you're gonna go
Down onto your back. You can have arms out to the side, that'll be a little tougher, or you can bring hands underneath your butt to kind of protect that lower back. You give me legs straight out in front. From here, you're gonna keep those legs straight. Bring them straight up to the ceiling. And then nice and control back down. Up and down. Up and down. All the way to 20 repetitions with these. Rest the legs on the ground. You're gonna get 30 to 45 seconds of rest until the next set of exercises.
All right, so to finish up this workout, we're just gonna go into a few holds. So you're just gonna hold these positions for a certain amount of time. If you can't hold them for the entire amount of time, then you can rest in between and just try to accumulate as much time holding that position as you possibly can. So the first position that we're gonna go into is just a forward plank. So you're just going to have elbows right underneath the shoulders. Feet are about hip width apart. You're just gonna come up onto the toes. You're gonna squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, drive those elbows into the ground. And from here, you're just gonna hold this position for 1 minute. If you can't hold it for that amount of time, come down and rest whenever you feel like everything's given out. And then bring it back up, hold as long as you can, and just basically try to accumulate as much time in that plank position as you can for a minute. Otherwise, try to hold the plank and just bring the time down. All right, so the last exercise we're gonna do for this circuit is just a side plank. You're gonna do each side, and you're gonna try to hold for 45 seconds to a minute. So I'm gonna go from the easiest position to the most difficult. So the easiest is going to be legs bent. You're gonna drive the knee into the ground, basically trying to push this hip up towards the ceiling. Elbow is gonna be right underneath the shoulder, driving that elbow into the ground. Basically just try to reach up towards the ceiling. If this is too easy, bring the legs out. You're basically gonna stagger the feet, so one in front of the other. Bring it on up and hold. And of course the toughest position is going to be one leg on the bottom, stacked feet. Bring it on up. Again, just trying to drive this hip up towards the ceiling. Press this elbow into the ground, active shoulder, and then just reach for the ceiling. Trying to hold this position for 45 seconds to a minute. If you feel like you're reaching failure, come down, rest for a second, bring it back up. Try to accumulate as much time as you need, as you can. And you're just gonna switch. Same thing on the other side, either knees, staggered, or stacked. Once you're done with this, that's the end of the workout. It's a nice quick workout. You can do this on your rest days, or like I said, even just toss it in at the end of your strength training. And that's all I have for you. Thanks.
Thank you for watching The Coach's Corner. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Corporate Health Unlimited, and follow us on social media. Also, check out our website, wellness360.fit, for more information.